Yes, welcome everyone here to the Smash Sports Show right here on Smash FM here on a Friday here in Melbourne. Of course, let's turn our attention now to football. We'll go to the nation's capital in particular. Of course, speak with the Ainslie Rising Stars Youth Girls Premiership team who absolutely demolished the Magpies Juniors by 37 points about a month ago now. And of course, we got three very special guests join us right now from the Ainslie team to tell us all about it. Thanks all three of you for joining us.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
I'll get each of you to introduce yourselves and obviously what position all three played on grand final day.
Well, I'm Montana,
Yeah.
and I played on the half back and half forward.
I'm Annabelle, and on grand final day I played pocket.
Yeah, I'm Jess, and I think I played about full forward or something in that one, so pocket as well.
Tell us a bit about the season and I guess how did the season pan out up to grand final day?
Well, obviously with COVID, it was a bit different, so we're sort of stopping and starting during the season. But obviously it ended up going pretty well with us getting the win in a premiership. And during the end of the season, we were able to see each other for 2 trainings in the game each week, which is really good.
Yeah, exactly. It was really just an enjoyable season. Unfortunately, it was cut a bit short, but we'll be back next year and hopefully it will be a full season. So.
Was there a particular game in the season that was a real turnaround point?
I think for the whole season, we were doing pretty good. We'd won every game.
Except Queanbeyan.
Except for Queanbeyan.
We lost one game.
Yeah. So I think Queanbeyan probably was the one that we started thinking about, okay, we've really got to amp up our game, even if we're not playing them in the grand finals. So, yeah, I think that was probably our turning around point.
Yeah, we didn't get to have any semi-finals or any other sort of finals before the grand final, so we had to really focus on keeping consistent the whole way through, and it was easy because all of our teammates were all so close. It was nice to be able to bounce off each other and do all of that together.
Now the grand final, you took on Magpies in the grand final. Number one, were you surprised that you played against them? And number two, were you surprised with the result? In regards to how much you won by?
Yeah, so we thought that we were going to be playing Queanbeyan in the grand final. We were surprised that we were versing them. Not obviously not in a bad way, we were surprised, but because it was sort of us, Magpies and Queanbeyan the whole way through the season. It was sort of at even levels. And I was very surprised by the end result because the last time we versed Magpies, I think we only ended up beating them by a few points before the grand final. So it was nice that we got a very convincing win, but not exactly what I was expecting, yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty good though. It was very impressive for all our team to do that well, and I think everybody was just really proud of each other at the end. So
not complaining.
Yeah.
Especially after losing to Queanbeyan, it was good to smash them.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Obviously, when did it get to a point in the grand final where you've got a chance to sort of enjoy the moments and enjoy playing in the grand final, knowing that you've won the premiership? Because when I watched it on the live stream and obviously got to see it again on replay, I thought you pretty much had it, second quarter-ish into the third quarter, where I felt the result was beyond doubt. Is that how you saw it? And when did it get to the point you've got this chance to enjoy it?
Actually, I didn't think that we had won at all during the game until the final siren. And yeah, because we know that they were such a strong side that they could have come back at any point. I think we all enjoyed the whole game really, because that was one of our main things to focus on the whole season, is win, lose or draw. The whole time we were all smiling and enjoying it together as a team, and especially in the grand final, it was just so enjoyable to be there with each other. It was really fun, and I enjoyed it the whole way through.
Yeah, I think in the last 5 minutes or so I was just like, okay, we're definitely going to win this. But so I just kind of started thinking about all the team and how like proud I am of everybody, but obviously had to keep on going and not just, you know, let our guard down completely. So
I think, I was on the bench and it was like 10 minutes to go. And Bish, our coach, he was like coming around, he was high-fiving everyone. He was like, good job, we got it in the bag and everything. But we didn't give up. Like, we got a fair amount of goals in the last quarter. We still kept going strong, which was really good to see.
Yeah. And you were on the bench because you sprained your ankle in the game. That was pretty good. Yeah.
Strapped it up.
Just mentioned about that injury. How is that now?
It's all right. I just tape it up and play my summer sports because I don't want to miss out on them. So, yeah.
It did take quite a while to heal, though, didn't it?
Yeah, I couldn't kick, so I got benched for half the grand final.
Yeah. I'm not sure.
It's fine.
Yeah.
It was worth it.
Yeah, it was
Worth it to play. Yeah.
Now, of course, early in the day, the 14s won it as well. How much of a motivation was it when the 14s got the job done, and obviously you were a bit later on in the day?
It was really cool to see the younger girls win because our club, the whole club strives on like working together as teams and being really close knit. It was really inspiring for us. Like, yeah, we really want to go out and do it again and show that like there's that pathway to hopefully win premierships all the way through your footy career.
I think the biggest motivation was the girls that had played 16s last year. We lost the grand final to the Magpies, and so it felt really good to come back and beat them this year.
I have to ask, who got to hold the Premiership Cup first?
That was me. I did get those honours. Got to rush over there and get my hands on it, and that was very nice.
So Montana, I have to ask you then, how good was it to hold the Premiership Cup first with your coach, I'm assuming, and before the rest of your teammates got to swarm on you?
It was really good. It was such a great feeling because we had actually won the premiership last year as well. So I was one of the ones who got to run through and touch it a bit later on. But getting that feeling of lifting the cup as well at the very first in front of like the smaller crowd, but still there was a crowd there. It was such a good feeling, yeah.
Now, the question I want to ask all three is, I know you're not supposed to do this in COVID, but did any of you have a little, I guess, cheeky kiss of the cup?
Oh, I definitely did.
I think a few of us were talking about possibly putting some soda or wine in the cup and drinking it, but yeah. No, I don't think we ended up doing that, no.
Now, I know after your grand final, obviously, you know, you have the official team photo and that. Now, I believe you did a selfie as well. Am I correct?
Yes, yeah. That was
Kiana
taking that, so
yeah,
it was pretty fun.
I guess how good was the selfie? I must say the selfie was pretty damn good, actually. That was probably one of the best photos out of the lot from all the teams. Yeah.
Kiana definitely knows how to take a selfie.
That's true. Perks of being a teenage girl.
Was it easy to get everyone together before everyone dispersed?
Yeah, I think everybody like had a few photos to take together. I know Annabelle and I took some, just, you know, brag on social media about winning the grand finals. But yeah, I think most of
many bragging posts.
Yeah, many bragging posts.
Made their way to the gram.
Yeah, it was fun. It was good.
Now, I can see one of you wearing your premiership medal around your neck. I can see. Oh no, two. Sorry, I didn't see the others. So the question I'll get all you to show your premiership medals to our viewers.
There you go.
There they are. So the question I want to ask all three is, how long did you wear your premiership medals around your necks for, and did any of you sleep with it?
I did not sleep, but I did wear it to the after barbecue.
Yeah, me too.
Kept wearing it, yeah.
Stayed it on until night time.
I went and played for our Ainslie women's first grade team afterwards, and I wore this to the game just to show off a little bit and show me the teammates.
Did that premiership medal to them? Did that give them any luck on the day?
Unfortunately, we lost. It was the semi-final, but they were all very impressed, and at least I did get one win out of the day.
Now, tell us a bit about this amazing team there at Ainslie, and especially your premiership coach.
Right. Yeah, I think our team's just an amazing one. Everybody is just so comforting, and we all have just a great friendship together. And unfortunately, most of our players will be moving up to women's.
No, they won't.
Oh,
not most.
Not most of our players, but about some of our players will be moving to women's, like Montana. But some of us are still left in 18. So yeah, and Fish.
Yeah, he gets pretty emotional about our successes.
The impact that our coaches had on us they were so amazing the whole season through, even with COVID. Bish and Jason, they just supported us, win, loss or draw, and at trainings they were always there, and for games, and the team as well. I've never been in a more supportive team than the one this year, and we all just lifted each other up. And even in the loss that we had against Queanbeyan, at the end of the game we were all smiling and laughing and just thinking about how we can help each other get better and move on to next week and move on to the finals, so that we can all be better together as a team. We really went out there and played for each other and played for our coaches, and I think our win in the grand final really showed that.
Yeah. And also with the coaching, I think for my experience in sporting, I think Bish has been the best coach that I've ever had, especially assuming that it's not in regional level or really just not in that level, but it's just amazing, and it's the best I've had, so it's really inspiring. Yeah.
I think the best thing about our team is it wasn't all about, the star players, which we had quite a few amazing players on our team, but everyone would encourage, if there were new people or people they would lay a great tackle and they might have not touched the ball in a while, everyone would be super encouraging about it as well.
How did all three get involved in footy, and why did you choose it?
I first got involved 3 or 4 seasons ago, and I got involved because my dad actually used to play for the Magpies. So him and I for years, we went and kicked the footy, and then me and my friend were like, oh, maybe we should pick it up as another sport to do, and I decided to go to Ainslie, and he actually didn't talk to me for a week. But yeah, I think, and haven't looked back since. It's been so much fun, and it's such a fun thing to do with such great friends.
I started playing last season because I was getting sick of soccer, and I think I'd always wanted to play footy, but there weren't as many girls teams when I was younger. I think a few of my friends, I had a kick with them, and they're like, oh, Annabelle, you should play AFL. And I was like, okay, can you teach me how to kick the footy? And they did. I started, and it's been really good.
Yeah, and I think the reason why I got into AFL was actually because of Annabelle. And just in school, we'd always kick the footy to each other, and it really got me confident about kicking the footy or just playing something that would, like AFL, just, be really fun. And also we had a school's AFL day, which was not that great, but it was very encouraging, and just such a good game to kind of put me in that mood to start AFL. Yeah.
Now, all three mentioned right at the start what position you'll play on the field. If you had a preferred position where you'd love to convince your coaches to put you next year, where would that be?
Well, I did not play my favourite position, which is on the wing or an on-baller in the grand final, because of my ankle and my inability to do much. So yeah, I just want to keep playing in the mids. Love that.
Yeah, and I think because I'm new to footy this year, I don't really have many set positions that I play, but I think next year trying out new positions and just seeing how I'll go for that to kind of have an all-rounder kind of feel would be really good, and just good to know for everything.
Yeah, I've always played like half-back, half-forward sort of area, so I'd love to actually have a proper run through the wing and the middle and see if I can actually do it or not. I've done it a few times and it hasn't been very convincing yet, but hopefully in the next few seasons I'll be able to.
Now, what does the sport of football mean to all three of you, and especially being there at Ainslie?
As I mentioned before, Ainslie is such an amazing club with how supportive they all are and how just uplifting everyone is. Like every single team on the day, every single other Ainslie team got around us the day that we won the grand final, and leading up to it as well. It really feels like you're a part of a big family. So it means a lot, especially playing like with Ainslie. I have no doubt that if I was playing with another club, I'm not sure if I'd love footy as much as I do right now. So yeah, it does mean a lot, and especially to now have 2 premierships with them, it's amazing.
Being able to play footy like as a girl like means so much to me, because when I was younger, like, my mum is really into footy and she never got that opportunity when she was growing up, but she'd always show me the games, always been a big supporter, go to Cats and all. But yeah, I feel I'm so happy to be able to join in the game that I've always loved.
And for me, I've never really followed much AFL or anything like that. So coming into the season was just kind of a blank slate for me. I knew none of the rules or anything like that. But like Montana was saying, I don't think I would have enjoyed AFL as much as if I hadn't played with Ainslie. It's just such a great club and such a great just all around team and everything.
Now, it's now been, a month since that premiership now. Has the premiership sunk in yet?
I guess so.
I think it has, yeah. I think just kind of having a team like we did with so many good players, I just had kind of expected that we'd do something that good, and it was just, really great for us. So,
yeah, I think I convinced myself throughout the whole season that we were going to win it, like no matter what. So if we hadn't won, I don't know if that would have sunk in.
I think for me it was actually the next day when I woke up and I was very sore. And I looked at the medal that was conveniently right next to me and I was like, oh wow, we actually did that. Like that's really, really cool.
Now, do either of you have any future ambitions in the sport of football?
I think for me, I've never really had an ambition into sport before. But I think with AFL and such the encouragement that was given from it, I think there's just such a good placement where I could actually see myself being doing AFL as a profession in the future, just because so many women that are doing AFL now were in my situation like a few years ago, because they'd only played basketball or soccer professionally before they played AFL or something like that. So I think AFL is probably the first sport I've started thinking of it as a possible career choice.
I just want to keep playing for as long as I can, hopefully remain injury free, and stick with the sport.
There are so many more cool opportunities coming for people, for girls and who want to play football from Canberra, and there are so many more academies and different options that you can do now. So it's super exciting to see if we can all get involved in that and just see how far we can all go. And as long as we enjoy it, then that's just the main goal, really.
What will be your advice to our listeners out there, especially those people in the nation's capital that should get down to Ainslie?
Just get right into it. Like you never know until you try, and everyone's always going to be nervous. I still get nervous at trainings and games all the time, but you just got to get into it. You never know until you try, and you don't want to live thinking, oh, I should have done that, I could have done that. And if you come down to Ainslie, they're very supportive. So
I think one of the best things about Ainslie is it's not really about like how good you are. It's more about like how hard you work and how much you improve. Like I've seen at trainings, like there'll be people, they can't kick the ball, like at all, no matter what. We'll be doing our like laying work, kick to kick, and then they'll get a kick and might only go like 5 meters, but everyone really encouraging them, you know, good job, yeah, awesome work, which is really nice.
And in Ainslie as well, I think something I really picked up was that no matter who you are, if you're one of the star players or the new players, you'll be just as important as every other player in the team. So I think that's something that, you know, is very supportive and something that Ainslie requires, has a lot of.
Now let's finish up with a couple of light-hearted questions about your teammates. Firstly, who had the most embarrassing moment on the field this season, and what was it?
Oh my God.
I think actually, Annabelle, you were very close to it in the grand final, playing with pretty much a broken ankle. It's quite funny trying to see you hobble around there and only being able to handball.
It was very embarrassing, actually.
It shows your commitment, but it was funny.
Yeah, I can second that.
So, Annabelle, I need to ask, considering you had an injury on grand final day and that, how did you manage to get into the team photo then?
I just hauled my way over and, you know, I played half the game. I wasn't going to let, you know, something as a few meters of grass walking stop me.
We did actually have a few girls that were injured and who couldn't play, but had played with us all season, and they all turned up in the kit and showed their support and did get in for the photo with the cup. So,
yeah, definitely. That's the priority.
Now, who's the comedian in the team?
I think that would be probably Annabelle again,
Really?
in some ways. Although,
Riley. Definitely Riley.
Yeah, that's definitely true.
Definitely.
Riley's always the one to make a few comments. Yeah, so I think that's
Now, I know there's this social media thing called TikTok. So the question I'm going to ask, all three of you is, who's the best singer and dancer in the team? Firstly.
Oh, Ellie took that one away at the after party.
She's definitely a winner in those departments.
Yeah.
She likes to get up on TikTok and show all of her new dances.
true.
Now, did you do a Premiership team TikTok dance?
Oh, no, I don't think we did. I think we tried to organise one at the after party, but I don't think it ended up working out.
Yeah, it didn't go down very well. I don't think we're quite cut out for that. I think we should just stick to footy.
Yeah.
Is there any players on the team that are just plainly forgetful?
I'm using Riley again. I've never met someone who has been more late to as many events as she has. It's every game. Like, love her, love you, Riley, but she's late to every game and she's renowned for it.
Yeah,
oh
that's true.
I think Liv has brought her drink bottle about 3 times to trainings and games, and I always share my water with her because she will not bring her own drink bottle. Probably not COVID safe, but
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
No, that definitely wasn't during COVID, Annabelle.
Now, do either of you have a pre-game superstition or ritual?
Yeah.
Oh my God, I always have to go to the bathroom. Like 5 minutes before the game. If I don't, I'm just so scared.
I have a few really weird ones. So I always have to have a scrunchie or a ribbon in my hair, normally a red ribbon. And I always have to have my training top on until the very, very last minute until we run onto the field. And if I wear like runners or sneakers to the game, my shoelaces have to be undone until I get into the change room, and then I tie them off to go out onto the field and then take them back off again.
That makes sense now that we had the red ribbons and won the grand final.
Yeah. I had a bit of a ritual at one point of always taping my thumbs because I went about, I would say, 8 months where I didn't not have a jarred thumb. So that almost became a habit.
Now, Montana, You mentioned how you got involved in footy. Obviously, your dad played footy for the opposition, of course, with the Magpies. Number one, have you converted him into an Ainslie supporter now instead of a Belconnen supporter?
Yes, I have. He's he's always been supportive apart from the initial shock of going to Ainslie. But I'm very lucky that he's very supportive and just me enjoying what I do, and I really enjoy footy. So he has come around. He does really love the club. He has mentioned a few times, very quietly, that it's a very good club. So yeah, I think I have brought him around.
The friends that got me, like, they convinced me to start playing AFL, they actually play for Magpies. So when I didn't tell them that I was playing for Ainsley because I was so scared. And then I think one of them messaged me like before the first game, like in my first season, and was like, "Are you playing for Ainsley?" And I was like, "Yeah." It's really awkward.
I always find that so much fun though, like versing your friends who you meet through like different sort of rep things, I guess, and other ways that you verse like during the season, you get to have a laugh with them and like see like, oh, who's going to hit each other harder sort of thing. Like, that's what's good about Canberra footy. Like everyone sort of knows everyone as well. It's really good.
Yeah, that's true.
So Annabelle, now you've posed my next question, which is a very similar question I just asked Montana. Have you converted any of those Magpies players across to Ainslie?
I think not me, but some other people on the other 18s team did convince one of my friends from school to maybe move to Ainslie. Me and Jess have tried to get one of our friends whose dad is a Magpies player to play, but she isn't going to play for Ainslie because otherwise she won't have a home.
Yeah, the same here as Montana, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Who got the best on ground in the grand final? And tell us, how important was she in the grand final?
So Kiana got our best on ground in the grand final. She also got it last year as well. She's a superstar. She's going to be absolutely amazing. And she was super important with running the ball out of the centre and delivering it nice and easy into our forward line, which like you really couldn't ask for much more with her speed and skills.
She led some awesome tackles too.
Yeah, that was pretty amazing.
Pretty awesome tackles.
And we'll finish up with one last one. How was the celebrations afterwards?
They were pretty good. I didn't get to celebrate until when we had some Mad Monday celebrations because I was with the first grade team, but I was looking at all the photos of all the guys at the barbecue and I was a bit jealous, but I think we made up for it on the Monday.
That was a great day.
Well, all three, thank you so much for getting up your time to join us. It's awesome having all three on the show. From all of us here at Smash FM, congratulations on the big win. More than 6 goals you've won by against the Magpies, and hopefully next year, I'll definitely make sure I come up to Canberra next year and hopefully get to watch your team in action in 2021, and hopefully, obviously, you can go back to back in the Rising Stars competition. Obviously, for Montana, hopefully you can go for 3-peat in the senior level in 2021.
Let's hope so. Thank you so much for having us.
Yeah, thank you. Great.
No worries, and that's the Ainslie, of course, Rising Stars Youth Girls Premiership team. Who beat the Magpies Juniors by 37 points about a month ago in the grand final in the AFL Canberra competition. Because if you want to get involved down there at Ainslie, we'll put all the details up on how you can go about getting involved down there in one of the best clubs in Canberra down there at Ainslie. There's more on the Smash Sports Show right after this. Don't go away here on the Friday edition.